Hey everyone, I'm Riya Mittal and welcome back to another episode of SellerApp webinar. We are going to be talking about how you can scale your business. And when you scale your business, there are a lot of things that sellers overlook, such as logistics, employee management, time management. Well, don't worry because we have HubStaff here to help you out with that. So let's get started with the video. So I have Tyler here, Tyler Selhorn. Hi, Tyler. How's it going?
Greetings, Ria. It's a pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be talking to the SellerApp community. We're big fans of what you all are creating, and we're excited to share what we've seen be successful for e-commerce companies using HubStaff.
Perfect. And could you please introduce yourself? I'm so excited for the session. Heard so much about HubStaff. Also, guys, Tyler has his own podcast that you should definitely check out because due to pandemic, we are all working remotely. So yeah, definitely check that out.
Yeah. So Tyler Selhorn, Director of Customer Experience at HubStaff. What do? We help teams manage projects and team members profitably. Just as Ria mentioned, I'm also a podcast host. I do a podcast for the We Work Remotely folks called The Remote Show. We are all about learning out loud together. That's really, that's my hashtag on socials is learning out loud. So I'd love to connect with you all, love to learn with you all. It's really exciting to be learning out loud with SellerApp today. So yeah, that's me.
We're really excited to have you, Tyler, and that was a great introduction. So yes, he has a very informative presentation for us prepared, which we will get towards the end of the session. So I'm going to be talking about how you can scale your Amazon business. And of course, Tyler is going to do what he does best is help you work remotely and manage your employees. So let's get started. When we are talking about how you can scale your business on Amazon, it is not just, sticking to getting more products to your listings and adding more variants of the product. Of course, that is a part of it, but there's so much more that you can do to scale your business on Amazon. Some of the things including are branding, influencer marketing. You can now sell globally on Amazon. This is the perfect time for you to start selling globally as well if you're planning to expand your business. We have different types of advertising that you can explore, and we will be understanding all these concepts in depth right now. So let's look at the first topic, which is increasing your BSR rank. So what is BSR? It's Amazon's bestseller ranking. So how can you increase your Amazon's bestseller ranking? First, you need to optimize your titles. Second, you need to offer competitive pricing. Third, you have to make sure that your product videos and pictures are up to mark. And by up to mark, I mean professionally done. You can also offer customer service, and most important of all, you have to be Prime registered. 60% of US population are Prime members, and this is why it's important for you to take benefits of Prime. So the second thing that you need to keep in mind is providing a very efficient and good customer care. Now, if Amazon already takes care of your customer issues, you have to make sure that you are listening to customer feedback and implementing the same in your products as well. Amazon has always been centered towards providing a great customer facility to their customers, and customer support is a big part of it. So make sure that you are listening to the customer feedback and taking important actions. So the next thing we're going to talk about is branding. So Amazon is just not about selling your products online, but it is also about building a brand online, because that's when you get a loyal customer base. So you need to understand that your brand messaging is in par with your descriptions, your photographs, and everything else that is on your listing. So let's say your product is centered towards youngsters. If you're selling products that many youngsters use, your listing should have very colorful effects. Also, like if you're selling toys for kids, you need to make sure that the listing is at par with what kids are looking for. So the same goes for if you're selling products for professionals. You cannot use hipster terms or some scummy terms in your listings, because that does not look well for your target audience, which are professionals. Also, if you are planning to sell, or if you are planning to get your brand on Amazon, you need to understand that you need to be brand registered, because you can use A+ content, which has to do a lot with branding. So if you start using A+ content, you have access to a lot more features that speak to your brand. You can use infographics, pictures, videos, and so much more. So that's a perfect place to tell your brand stories and get those customers. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is Amazon advertising. as a seller who has already started selling on Amazon, I'm sure you all know how important Amazon advertising is, and if not done right, can drain so much amount of your money. So Amazon advertising, which is also called pay-per-click on the platform, is really important. First, to increase your organic sales rank on the platform. Second, to get more profit on the platform. And if you are planning to increase your business, you need to start looking at different types of advertisements, such as video ads, which are really hot on the platform right now. Video ads came out last year and they have completely changed the game on Amazon in terms of advertising, because user engagement on video ads is very high. So this is something that you should consider if you're already running all the types of ads that are available to you. So the next part is all about your product reviews and ratings. They play a very vital role in making a sale of your product. So I'm going to link a video right here. So make sure to check that video out if you want to understand in depth how you can get more ratings and reviews for your product. But here's a quick summary. So when a customer is on your listing, they see reviews and ratings to understand if the product is worth purchasing. So here are some quick tips that you can follow to get more reviews and ratings for your product. So first, you can enroll yourself in Amazon's Wine program if you are a new seller out there and are looking to get some initial reviews for your products. That is very helpful. Second, you can also try using product inserts. I love product inserts and I have spoken about it in my previous videos and lives as well. So product inserts are a very efficient way on getting those reviews, because that incentivizes the consumer to leave a product review on your listing. So the next thing you can use to increase reviews and ratings on your product is you can use product inserts. I love product inserts. I've spoken about it in my previous videos and lives as well. It is a very effective way of getting those ratings and reviews. So your product insert can include how to leave a review, or how you can give the customer 10% off on their next purchase. That will incentivize them to leave a review. However, I'm repeating this again, you cannot pay a customer to leave a review on your listing. Amazon is going to block your product and it's a very messy situation afterwards. Another thing that I have seen a lot of Amazon sellers do is that they pay the initial amount to the customers to purchase the product and leave an honest review, because honest review is what we're looking for. And if you are true to your product and if you believe in your product that it is good, you can pay some customers to buy your product on Amazon and then they can leave a review on it as well. Also, this is a hot tip that I've mentioned in my previous videos as well, that instead of asking for a review, a brand new review, you can also ask your customers to like the review that they find most useful and helpful, because this will help you rank better on Amazon as well and will help you scale your business. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is inventory management and inventory health. Thankfully, we just released a video which is going to help explain this topic better, and the video is linked here. So go check that out. So the next thing that you can do to scale your Amazon business, as I mentioned in the beginning, is you can add variations to your product. Now for variations, you need to understand that you need to do a market research of your niche, and you can also do a competitor research on your niche and understand what they are offering, and you can add the similar variations to your product as well. Make sure that you do not go overboard, because that's going to be expensive. So the next thing that we're going to be talking about is offering complimentary products, and complimentary products do very well in Amazon bundles. So if you have the bandwidth to include complimentary products with your original products as well, it is going to help you scale your business, and I feel it is a much better idea than adding variations to your listing as well. So this is another thing that I've seen a lot of Amazon sellers do out there when they are scaling their business, is that you can create your own website for your product and drive the traffic from your original website to your Amazon listing and vice versa. So as I've seen in most cases, products that are offered on Amazon are relatively cheaper than they are on your own website. So this is a very easy way to drive traffic from your website to Amazon if a person is looking for cheaper products. Also, it is a very effective way to drive cross traffic. So you can get the traffic from your website to Amazon, and you can run ads from your Amazon listing to your website as well. So here's a video that I did with Mina Elias, who does the same thing with his products as well. You should definitely check it out. So the next thing that we are going to be talking about is expanding globally. So guys, I cannot emphasize this more. Expanding globally is going to do so much better for your business. We had a whole event called Go Global 2021. So if you are looking to expand your business globally, do check that event out. We covered different marketplaces and explained if that marketplace is okay for you to sell and what other things I need to keep in mind in terms of legality, advertising, and so much more. So there are certain products in my expertise which do not do well in the home country but can do better in foreign or global countries. So make sure to do your market research. SellerApp can help with that. And yes, selling globally right now is the hottest thing ever on Amazon. And last but not the least, influencer marketing. So in the beginning of 2021 and towards the end of the last year, we saw a huge increase in influencer marketing. So advertising is moving away from Amazon and to other platforms. And this is one way that you can drive traffic from social media to your Amazon listing is by influencer marketing. So you can also use influencers if you want to leave a review on the product as well. Also, if you have not tried Amazon Post yet, you guys definitely have to check out this video. Amazon Post helps you understand what categories that your product might do well in. So an Amazon Post is like a social media aspect to your listing as well. I love Amazon Post. I have seen so many sellers use it out there and get increased returns on their listing as well, and of course more sales as well. So yes, you should definitely check out Amazon Post and influencer marketing. We have also done a video with Paul Barron on micro influencers, so here's the video. Do check it out and understand how it can help you. Moving on, now it's time for Tyler to present his presentation. So yes, Tyler, let's understand what HubStaff can do and help employees out there.
Right. So, HubStaff was born of the same pain that you all are feeling, right? Once upon a time, one of our co-founders, Dave Naveau, was running an internet marketing company and selling things on the internet, right? And he was employing people across borders remotely to do things for his business that he was operating in the internet. And one of the main things that he had no visibility on was what are the people working on? How much time are they spending on these things? Am I paying them the correct amounts? Are they even showing up to do the work? Right? Like these are questions that people wonder about when they're working in a remote environment. And so HubStaff is pointed directly at that. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen just because I've got some visuals to go along with the words and make things a little more interesting. So here we go.
Definitely. We at SellerApp love presentations. Like it.
Hey.
Yeah, it's so fun to look at and it helps you digest the information better. So yes, always a beautiful presentation makes my day.
Yeah, there it is. So SellerApp with HubStaff, right? Helping you manage your team and projects profitably, like I was saying. So, what is HubStaff selling? Okay, there's primarily, right? Our first product is our time tracking product that has proof of work attached to it, right? So HubStaff Time is just your simple time tracking. HubStaff Desk, that's time tracking plus an employee monitoring piece, and then HubStaff Field that has time tracking plus locations, and you can do combinations thereof. But those are the three kind of main kind of like tent pole items that people come to see us for first of all. But we also have a really awesome Kanban style project management application that integrates really, really well with HubStaff called Tasks. And then we also have a freelancer marketplace that's both sided. So employers and freelancers can find one another on HubStaff Talent. We see a lot of business from people that maybe have started a relationship elsewhere, right, with a freelancer and come over to HubStaff as well. So like that longer term relationships with freelancers is really, really a great place for HubStaff to kind of step in and enable those types of relationships. Okay, so big question, right? Why HubStaff? Why did SellerApp even talk to us, right? Why time tracking? Why HubStaff? So one of the things that we notice that is true of lots of organizations that work remotely, that are working period, right, is that they don't have any visibility onto the amount of time and the amount of money that is spent on specific things. Right. So you might have a new campaign that you're running with a new product line. How much did it cost you to scale that up to the point where you're ready to start distributing it? Who knows, unless you're tracking the time, right? Why HubStaff? Well, you want to make sure that that time is accurate to the things that actually were being worked on. So you can spin up a project, assign the correct people to it, and only have the time tracked by those people to that project. You can start assigning a budget, right? You can say, okay, this is how much we have to spend on this. And if it's not ready to go by this time, we're going to have to reprioritize what needs to be completed before we go live with this, right? Okay, so why project management? Why tasks, right? So HubStaff tasks is a really, really great way for you to initiate an agile way of working. So that might be a phrase that's unfamiliar to some. So when we say agile, we're talking about doing the minimum of a first version of things, and then kind of chunking down tasks into tiny bits so that you can execute on those much more quickly and iterate based upon the work that's already being completed. So HubStaff Tasks is built that way with a Kanban board, and cards. I mean, you've probably seen other products that are similar to that, but our thing is taking that project board kind of framework and then layering in sprints, layering in stand-ups that are asynchronous, layering in epics. And there's a whole bunch of features that we can talk about there, but like why project management? Because you need an efficient way to organize your work, and tasks helps you do that very simply. And then why freelancers? Why talent? Well, why freelancers? Because oftentimes you as an e-commerce, business, you don't need someone over 18 months. You need somebody for 3 months, right? So you can find the people that you need, on talent elsewhere, and then employ them efficiently with really low overhead on HubStaff. And that's we want to enable those types of relationships using our HubStaff talent product. Okay, so I want to talk about a case study that you can read more about on our marketing website. This is the Taryn team. They are an e-commerce group that manages multiple brands, and just like you all are, right? Just we've got all these different irons and all these different fires, right? How do we make these things pop off? Well, they're doing that using HubStaff. So just quote straight from Michael Jackness, CEO of Taryn. There also wasn't a set system in place when it came to the tasks and projects we worked on. Tasks would be given at random. We would immediately have to work on it. We didn't have a set schedule on what we were supposed to do in a week or a month. HubStaff, right out of the box, is going to help you organize yourselves into, okay, what are we tracking time to? What are we working on? What are the items that are connected to this work, right? You can build that into the system. And so that way it's not, like when you give somebody an assignment, like it's clear, okay, here's the documents that go with this activity, right? And then we're going to track the time to that until it's completed. When it's completed, you can archive that project or complete that task. And now we don't track time to that anymore, because now we're on to the next thing. How do we organize ourselves so that we are efficient with our time, and that there is some productivity monitoring that go along with that? Here's my timer, it's going, and really organizing that way. Okay, so another quote from Michael. The secret to our success is the most important core value that we abide by at all times. We put people first. So, HubStaff kind of sometimes gets set down adjacent to some like employee surveillance type products, and that's not what we're doing. The idea of HubStaff is that we want to put control, transparency, and access to the data that's being gathered in the hands of the end user. They're in charge of when they're tracking time. It's very clear. It's transparent what it is that is, what data is being gathered when they're tracking time. And they have shared access to the same data that their manager does when time is tracked. So how do you make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to be doing? You use HubStaff, and you have the data that's needed. And they have that proof of work for themselves too, that, I'm a freelancer, I'm working for you, right? And I don't know you, we're communicating, working together in the internet. When I send you an invoice for the work that I've done, here's the proof of work that's attached to that work. Like I get to see it for myself and say, okay, hey, pay me. I did do the things that I said that you said for me to do, right? Okay. Successful companies that are using HubStaff, right? What are they doing? What is it that they're making sure that is going to happen when they connect to HubStaff? Number one, they want to automate the robotic parts of supervision, right? Are people working on the things that you need them to be working on? Yes. How do you know that? HubStaff, right? Timesheets, right? Managing timesheets, managing invoices, automate that part. Like just, you know what it's going to cost you, right? Set a budget, set a limit, right? HubStaff has limits. So you saying, hey, I only want this person to work 20 hours this week, and this is the only project they're assigned to inside of the, like, you can have that level of kind of automation built into HubStaff, right? If that's going to ensure the profitability of your organization, and you're going to be able to accelerate the trust that's needed to work in a remote environment, right? You and the people that you're working with want to know that, hey, you know what, they're going to show up for me, and pay me for the work that I'm doing. And on the flip side, I know that the work that's being done is the things that I've assigned. It's not, off doing something else. Here it is. Here's the HubStaff data to say they did what they said they were going to do. So yeah, talking about, automation, right? We were talking about timesheet approvals, payroll, attendance, schedules. Did they show up, right? Did they show up when they were supposed to show up? Right? You might be having a team that's managing billing and returns and all the different things that go into e-commerce. And you want to make sure that you have coverage across all the time zones that you're serving, right? How do you do that? How do you do that with you can set up schedules where, you have maybe you're trying to support your products worldwide. You've got coverage 24/7, and you can say, okay, this person was tracking time at the times that we were expecting them to. That's happening automatically with HubStaff, right? The timesheet approvals, every pay period, right? You got to run that. HubStaff can pay for itself just by automating that part of your business, right? Set a pay rate, right? Connect it to PayPal. TransferWise is now called Wise, right? So connect it to Wise, connect it to payment processing, and that stuff can get automated. You don't have to. You can just click approval, and that will get sent into the queue for you to be able to pay. Okay, ensuring profitability. How do you even know, right? Which brands, which teams, which individuals are being successful in bringing projects and tasks to completion under budget and on time, right? Use HubStaff. That answers that pain. Like, how are we going to ensure that we're profitable with this brand, with this team, with this individual? Well, set it up so that set it up so that the time that gets tracked to those projects and that launch, that campaign, like, how do we know, like, what we even spent on that? What is the payback time to say, okay, how many of these do we need to sell to be able to get back to break even? When are we making a profit on this product? Okay, and there we go. Yeah, on time and under budget. Accelerating trust, right? Just like we said at the top. HubStaff puts the end user in control of when the work is being done. You want to provide, your workforce flexibility and to be able to work, fitting work around their life instead of the other way around, right? You can do that with HubStaff, right? HubStaff runs on HubStaff. I guess it's 8:40 a.m. here Eastern time, but I was working 90 minutes before my children were awake. Right, I work in a kind of like a split shift all over the place. Like that's possible because we use HubStaff to track our time. HubStaff is transparent about what data is being gathered. HubStaff provides shared access to the data that's being gathered, and HubStaff is, as I was mentioning this to Rhea before we got on the call, but HubStaff is lots cheaper than real estate and allows you to recruit and retain talent that is location independent. Right? You might need to be able to support your product in another language. You might need to be able to, deal with, customer requests outside of your waking hours. Well, how do you do that? Well, you can connect to those freelancers, those people that are going to work for you in another time zone that can do the very thing, in a sustainable way that honors that person and when they should be awake, rather than having a third shift crew, someplace else. Right. And that's not something that we want to do to folks if they don't want that. Right. And that's very uncommon for people to work that in that way, in a sustainable way, long term. So how do we make sure that happens? Employ somebody that works at the same time as those other people are awake that are making requests of you. I'm very grateful for our global team, and I'm grateful for the folks that work for us while I'm sleeping. Right. And that's possible using HubStaff. Okay. Just want to say huge thank you to SellerApp for letting us to come and share our ideas with your audience. And it's a fantastic opportunity for us to see you all growing. There we are up and to the right for everybody here on watching the video. Let's get this.
Yeah, Tyler, that was an amazing presentation. And I think HubStaff has come into the picture at a very good timing, because right now, most businesses that I have spoken to are looking forward to productivity and profitability, which you can achieve using HubStaff. So the techniques that you just mentioned, the features that you just mentioned, I do myself. The time tracking, the attendance sheet, I have to do that myself. But imagine having a whole system placed for you by your employer that makes things so much more easier and so much more profitable and productive, which is really important right now, because I'm working from home, and when you're sitting in your home office, sometimes you look at your bed and you're like, maybe.
Well, but that's fine. Go right ahead. Just stop the timer and switch, right? That's the idea of HubStaff, is that, you might have other things going on. That's okay. Don't track your time while you're off doing something else. I do laundry at the house, right? I'm sometimes the only adult in the home because we have children. Like there's times where I'm not working. Right. And that's the power of HubStaff, is giving the end user the control of when they're tracking time. So that way, when I send you a bill, like, you're paying for the work that I've done, not for something else.
Yeah, and that's amazing. So thank you so much for being with us, Tyler. If you want to understand more about HubStaff, if you want to contact them, check the link in the description box below, and it will lead you right to their page and you can understand more about it. And Tyler, would you like to announce any discounts that you're giving SellerApp, people who are coming via SellerApp?
Yes. So we've talked to the marketing team. We've gotten a special deal for you all. There's 20% off for SellerApp people that are here. Ria's got the code. Make sure that you click the buttons to make sure you get a discount. But we're very excited to provide a 20% discount for you all and for you to enjoy HubStaff. We also have a 14-day free trial. So if you want to just kind of test it out for yourself, like, it's not something special with SellerApp, but that's to everybody. Like, we want to give you an opportunity to get yourself set up before you start paying for HubStaff. We have a whole team of customer, like, I'm the director of customer experience. We have a whole team of success agents and support agents that are ready to help and serve you to become successful using HubStaff, and for you to make sure that the value that we talked about in this presentation is actually delivered when you implement HubStaff.
Amazing. So I think this is a great opportunity that you should all take, because HubStaff is going to increase your productivity. I mean, this presentation speaks for it all. So thank you so much for being here, Tyler. And I hope everyone watching right now had a great time in this session as well. And I will see you all soon.